Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. I'm Dr. Ruth Anderson here with Sue Broome. We're here today for messages from our loved ones. So if you would like to hear a message from your loved one or connect in with somebody that you have loved and lost in the past, please just put a message for us in the Facebook chat, and then we'll connect in with you and we'll connect in with them. We're so glad that you're here today. And Sue Broome, Perchetta, I knew you were going to be here today.
Yay,
I just knew it. So, Sue, I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you for being here.
I'm glad I'm here today too. And hello, Miss Perchetta.
So while Sue is sharing with her group here, I wanted to share this beautiful mug that I got in the mail. It says, "Choose life. You got this." Now, this is a particular mug that Sue Broome created for me because I've got a couple people in my life that weren't sure if they were coming or going, and I wanted to encourage them to stay for a while. So the beauty of this is that Sue Broome is the creator. So if you have a particular mug or, an idea in mind that you would like to order, take the message to Sue Broome and she can help you create that and get it ordered. So I love this mug. One of the things I love about it is not only the fabulous colors, but look what's on the back. Yay! So often when you buy a mug, your friends can read it and you can't. And what I love about these mugs is you can both read it. Nobody misses out with a white mug on their side. So, Sue Broome, I love this mug. Thank you.
Oh, you are very welcome. And I was so glad because I remember the conversation we were having, and it's like, yep, it just kind of flowed from there. And in fact, someone else sent me, they said, "I really like this mug, but can you change the font to this?" And so I worked on that and I sent her a message. I said, "Well, this is what it would look like. Are you interested?" So it's fun. Yes, I can make, even though and I put it on my Etsy store. Yes, contact me. But I love it when it comes together. So, so glad.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. All right, let's see. Let's just go ahead and we're going to jump in. Perchetta says, "My birthday is on December 23rd. Well,
It's my brother's birthday.
Aw.
My youngest brother. Yay.
So Perchetta would love to hear from her parents and also from her fur baby, Junior. Is Junior a cat or a dog? He passed away on January 16th of 2012. Wow, that must have been quite a connection. Really? 2012? I am like the worst person, a dog. I am the worst person in the world with dates. Horrible. I always have to ask my husband, when's our anniversary? I mean, he gets the free pass because I will never be the one saying, "I can't believe you didn't remember," because I don't remember. I guess dates just don't do it for me. So the fact that you actually remember the day that he died from 2012, I'm in awe. I'm in awe. Well, let's see who shows up first. So
I'm thinking it's one card for the parents and one card for the fur baby. Okay. Yeah, fur babies, I'll tell you, they absolutely come around. And current fur babies can usually sense past fur babies quite easily.
Yeah. Perchetta said she's very good with dates. I see that. But you know what? I'm thinking Junior actually wants to come in first.
Junior, the fur baby. Was it fur baby? Was it a cat? Or
Dog.
Was
Dog.
it what? Dog.
Dog.
Dog. For some reason, I'm having a problem hearing today, but must be because the chimes are going crazy. Okay, fur baby Junior. No. Oh my God, look at that. Notice the animals around you.
Oh,
That
wow.
is hilarious.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, and I'm getting chills on that. That is so funny. So
Huh.
I know everybody feels differently about this, but I know 2 or 3 people that they have animals from their past that have reincarnated in animals that they have today. So, Prachetta, I don't know how you feel about that. And I don't know if you're thinking about bringing another animal, and it doesn't even have to be the same kind of animal, but generally I think it is, into your day. But pay attention, because there's going to be different, and this is animals. I'm feeling this is animals domesticated, but also outside animals, like birds or animals that you see running around. But pay attention, because I feel like there's going to be either you're going to be thinking of Junior and get a message, like a bird starts singing, or you're going to see another dog that either acts very much like him, doing different things that it's like, oh my gosh, he always used to do that. So really pay attention to that, because I feel like Junior may be coming back in some form to you. That's what I'm feeling like.
So I'm getting something kind of similar. And I don't know if you could hear my chimes, Sue, while yours.
No, mine are too loud today.
Very nice. But actually what I was seeing was Junior flipping back in for moments at a time through different animals. Just like, hi, I'm here. And then maybe 2 weeks later, I'm over here. I mean, so I'm definitely seeing that. I think Junior is very connected to you and just keeps making appearances.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense, especially with when you say, hey, I'm over here with the bird, because I keep feeling like there's some birds and dogs, but
I don't even know that Junior would choose to come back and stay in one body, because I think he's actually enjoying being able to flit around in different ones. So I don't know.
he might not. It's so interesting though, because I was up north for the weekend at a friend's birthday party, and she's got 2 new dogs from the last time that I saw her. And she had 2 dogs before, but she's got 2 different dogs because both of her other dogs transitioned. And I think there's aspects of the one, because one of them is totally daddy's girl and the other one is hers. And there's aspects, and I say aspects because it's not like a full reincarnation, but aspects of the dog that I've always heard her talk about. I've never met, because it was before my time knowing her. But so I totally understand and appreciate what you're saying, Miss Ruth.
So Prachetta says she feels his energy all the time. She said, at times I wake up feeling him next to me. I think he is. Absolutely.
I've heard of people too, where they actually can feel the dog jump on the bed, or laying, like, if you're in bed, in the crook of your knee, or, different things.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. So, yay, Prachetta, you sure are connected.
Just talking about dogs for just a minute. We have, my husband is ill and has been for several weeks now, but one of our dogs has decided he's a service dog, and his name is Jetty. And thank you, Chimes. Jetty's fascinating, because the way he looks at you is 100% love incarnate. It's just pure love. And my husband will sit down, wherever he sits, Jetty's on him. And it's as if Jetty sees himself as a lifeline almost. It's crazy how the skill set that he can have as a dog. It's so cool. So I totally understand Junior and his ability to be right there with you, Prachetta. I think dogs are amazing. Okay.
Well, one more thing on dogs. So my neighbor's friend who recently, she passed away a couple months ago now. And she had gotten a dog when she was sick, when she knew she was in her transitioning stage. And she got a dog, and that dog slept on her bed or slept on the couch or in her chair with her from the moment they got the dog. And I totally feel that dog was, chills, helping heal whatever it was that she needed to have healed to move forward. And it was beautiful, because even my neighbor said, here's some pictures, here's some pictures. It's like, and the dog was always with her. So yeah, I get it.
One time we had to put one of our dogs down, and Tucker. And so we have vets that'll come to the house to do that. And that's always our preference. So they're comfortable in our living room. So this vet came to the house, we did the whole thing. And then at the end, we walked Tucker out to her car because she was going to have him cremated and all of that. So, I'm carrying the bed with him in it. And there's a dog in her front seat. Right. She was driving like a pickup with a cab kind of thing. And there was this dog in the front seat. And I looked at that dog, and I don't remember even what kind it was, but it was almost like a shepherd kind of thing. The piercing blue eyes on the dog. And I saw it, and that dog looked right through me. And I'm getting goosebumps even saying it. It looked right through me. And I said, okay, tell me about your dog. Because this is, holy cow. She said, he is with me at every stop I make. Every time I have to put a dog down, he's with me. And the words that came to me was that he was like the one that escorted the dog souls into the other realm. And I mean, I'm tongue-tied even talking about it, because it was so strong of an impression on me.
No mistake that you used the word shepherd.
Ooh.
The dog shepherded them into the next realm.
Yeah. Wow. We have Isabel Reese.
All right, wait, we got a card for parents.
We do, but
okay.
First, let me say we've got Isabel Reese and Prince Fleet Easton here in the house. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so excited you guys are here. So we're going to do a message from Prachetta's parents. And Isabel and Prince, if you guys would like to receive a message or connect in with someone that you have loved and lost, please write their names in the chat, and we'll get to you next. Oh, so Prachetta's parents.
Okay. This is, be in this present moment. Oh, I feel like there's such a play on words on this one. I think being in the present moment, absolutely, because then you can feel them. I think, Prachetta, with all the pictures that you sent me to, with all the pictures of the wedding, I think when you are looking at pictures with your parents in them and being in that, it's like it takes you. So bringing out pictures of your parents, of when they were in, different ceremonies, different gatherings, different celebrations, bring those out and be in this present moment when you are viewing those pictures. I also, oh, wow. I also feel like there might be some of the pictures from the most recent gathering that you may notice oh, I get chills. You may notice either something that reminds you of them, or you might notice some orbs or a special sparkle, and I'm getting chills again. Yeah. So I think that the be in the present moment, the play on words is, yes, it's in this now moment, but it's also such a gift. So I think that and when you're looking at the pictures, look at them as full screen on a laptop, if at all possible. Ruth. Okay, Ruth's agreeing. Okay, Ruth. I love it.
In the back, Dad's on the left, Mom's on the right. They're not standing together, which I think is cool because that means they're comfortable, right? If they were not comfortable, they might be huddled together somewhere, but Dad's on the left, Mom's on the right, but they're both in the back. So cool. Yeah, that comes across really strong. She said, I could feel my parents everywhere at all the functions. Yep. So Perchetta, what I was seeing, you're in your kitchen. Your dad was sitting there with a cup of coffee. Your mom was standing, like talking with you. Your parents are the most present people I have ever seen over and over and over. They're with you. They're in your kitchen.
I love that. Oh, I love that.
But the nice thing is they find such joy in being with you, and they find so much joy with each other. Mm-hmm. It's just so comfortable and so love-filled. So I hope that you can feel that, which we continue to see, because they keep showing us over and over again. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's see. Prince, I'm so glad you're here. So if y'all don't know Prince Fleet Easton, go to Facebook. He is blowing up the Palm Springs area. He's a musician. He's in movies. He's everywhere right now. He's in movies. So Prince Fleet Easton would like to hear something about Tony Misko. I'm guessing that's how you say that, Prince. He also said, I smell my mother's perfume, sometimes outside my home. Yeah. And when I get out of my car, absolutely. The sense of smell is my parents or my grandparents. I used to get the smell of fresh raspberries, and they had a fruit farm. So it's like, oh yeah, I feel you. I feel you here. So Tony Misko.
Tony Misko. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, trust in yourself. I do. I feel like this has to do with Prince trusting in if you feel like there's a connection, a sign, a message that you're seeing, you know, maybe there's a cloud that's floating by as you're saying, you know, even as you're saying his name, and there's a cloud that does something weird or makes a shape, or, you know, things like that. I feel like there's things that are happening and there's messages and signs around you. You're noticing the perfume of, was it your mother that grandmother?
Well, let me see. Mom.
Okay. And so I think that you're recognizing that, but I also think that there's many things that are happening around you that are little things that Tony is sending you, little messages, just little things. And it's like, oh, could that be, thank you. And just say, thank you, Tony. Could you please send me another message? Could you please send me another sign? And because I think that they're there. And I think you breathing in and feeling the connection totally in your heart, and then say, you know what, Tony, I thank you for that connection. And then watch as the day goes on, because I think there's going to be more things that are going to unfold that are messages from Tony, signs from Tony, something that maybe you had done together, something that you had seen together, something that you had talked about together, anything like that. That's what I'm getting.
What I'm getting with Tony is just this huge belly laugh, just laughter. And I don't know if y'all were friends or cousins or what, but there is just such laughter, almost like a husky, almost like a smoker's voice laughing. I don't know. That's just what I was hearing. Prince, I know there is so much joy in your life. There's so many cool things that you are getting the opportunity to do. And I believe Tony's just watching it unroll and like giving you the good for you. Like, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, our loved ones in spirit know what's happening with us.
Mm-hmm.
They see it. So don't ever think that you're alone in this, because you're not. You got a whole crew of folks around you. Yeah, very cool.
They sure are, especially now around the holidays. They're even more present because they want to celebrate with us.
Yeah. Prince just said he lost 5 family members in a short period of time.
That's a lot.
It's huge. His immediate family. That's huge.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to imagine that. I mean, I still, and this happened in, I think it was in 1972. I can still hear my aunt, Rosemary, sobbing, and wailing is probably a better word, because she lost 3 of her kids. And I can still hear that. And well, my memory isn't the best, but I'll tell you, I can still hear that. So thank you.
Yeah. So, wow. And Isabel lost 2 cousins in 3 months. We're losing a lot of folks here. Yeah. Prince said he didn't want to live anymore, but he's getting better now. I'm glad you're getting better now, because living is for those of us that are still here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sue, you have lost a lot of family members, and I know around the holidays, it's different because you've got more on the other side than you've got here,
Mm-hmm.
as far as family members go. Do you mind sharing with Prince and Isabel what it is that you do on the holidays to feel your family with you?
I think it's not just what I do on the holidays. I think it's what I do all the time, every single day, because I notice signs, or I bring them in, like, just as you were asking that question, the time was my brother Chris. So I know that he is here. And I think that it's noticing those things more and more often. It helps every day be that much easier. Is probably, it's the word, but it's not the word. It helps, but there is an ease with it. There is more of an ease with each moment when you invite them into your day, when you are noticing things, when you have conversations like they never left.
Mm-hmm.
It helps each day be that much easier. So then when the holidays come, it's not like a big whammy. It's more of, it's still another day. It's still, yes, it was a time when you did celebrations, but they're still a part of your life, because they never left. They're just not here in the way that you remember them.
Yeah.
What about you? You have plenty of peeps on the other side.
I've got a lot of folks on the other side at this point. Yeah, I think it's when you notice those things like the smell of the perfume, you just, hey, mom, I love you. You just you say the words or think the words that you would say if they were there. And the more you acknowledge those things and validate those things, I think the more they come.
Absolutely. It is. It's a beautiful catch-22 because you invite them in, you see a sign, you thank them for the sign, you get another sign, and it keeps going around and round and round. So it's absolutely. Thank you. May I have another?
Yeah, exactly. There, and I know I bring this book up a lot. I should actually buy it again. Ward Barcafer has written, Barcafer, has written a series of books about his wife, Suzanne, visiting him after she passed. And she comes frequently. And, he's gotten such a comfort in having her there. Yes, at first it's shocking. And it feels life altering to have those moments until you get used to it. And then it just seems like, I hate to say old hat, but it just seems very comfortable and like they've always been there. And they've always been there. But Ward does a really nice job of describing what that's like and how he's been able to build on that relationship with her in spirit. So he can learn from her and he hears her talk. Sometimes it's a light flickering. I know sometimes spirit will come in and mess with your computer, or like I said, flicker the lights, or goosebumps on the arms, or, you just pay attention to what you're experiencing.
Right. And it goes back to being in this present moment, because when you're in this moment, it's like you do start to notice those things. Whereas if you're not paying attention, if you're focused on something you have to get done for tomorrow, you're not noticing what's right in front of you.
Yep. Be in the moment. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and something else you can do. Prince said, it helps me to know that their bodies were just vehicles for the spirit that they inhabited. Absolutely. Yeah. You can go into meditation and just ask them to be there with you, and using your imagination, your intuition, imagine them just sitting there talking with you.
Yep.
Yeah. It doesn't have to feel like some huge event, because it can just happen all the time.
And our brains don't know the difference between imagination and visualization and the real thing. So when you go into that, it's real.
Yeah, it is. It is real. Okay, so let's see what Isabel said. All of her direct family are on the other side too. Okay, she said my grandparents, parents, and my sister, Isabel, from one of them would be a beautiful joy and gift. Isabel says, I always know grandma's around when I get a strong smell of coffee. In a circumstance that it could not be from where I am or what I'm doing. Isabel lost 2 cousins in the past 3 months. One just passed away 2 days ago.
Wow. So, she wants a message like one from everybody, it sounds like?
No, I think just one would be okay. She said the perfume smell is my sister and garden smells.
So who should we ask for a message from?
Isabel.
All right, well, we'll just see what card I get and who it sounds like is what it feels like. The chimes are still going crazy. Yes, it is a little bit sunny here, so that always, but they're still spirit chimes. Let me see, let's see. I send butterflies to you. Okay. And I feel rainbows too. I feel like there's butterflies and rainbows kind of are going together. So I don't know if somebody else popped in there, because sometimes that happens too. There's something that you were doing, or two things. So someone loved butterflies and they would always point them out to you, and something about they would point out the colors. But there's also something where you were sitting there and I feel like you're just, you know how when you put your chin in your hand and you're just kind of off in space, and then all of a sudden there was a butterfly that you noticed doing some bizarre things right in front of you. Whoever you were thinking about often when you were off in space, they were saying, okay, here, notice the butterfly, notice the butterfly. And I think that there are times when you get butterflies and you see them in the most bizarre places. The most bizarre, on something that you would never think of a butterfly. Like if you saw a pot, like a kitchen pot and pan with a butterfly on the handle, just very bizarre places. I feel like somebody is sending you butterflies. So there you go, Miss Isabel.
So Isabel, I was totally getting your sister, but it was funny because she's like throwing a tea party. So what I was seeing was like this beautiful, expansive field of flowers and this table. Well, she's at the head of the table, and your grandparents and your parents are there, but they're further back, which is interesting to me. But it's like, oh yeah, they're here with me, but I'm here for you. So she's very present right now, and it's joyous. But this is for you and her. But she just wanted you to know that the other ones were there, and she's able to be with them and you are able to be with them, but this is about her and you. So when you said, the butterflies, yeah, and the rainbow, it's like, yeah, this is just like a whole nature explosion going on over here.
Yeah, I feel like when you're talking, it says, I'm hearing the words center stage. Yeah.
I believe your sister wants you to be aware of her, even if you're just like out shopping or something. I don't know if y'all ever used to go shopping together, but just take her with you. I've got daughters, and the best time to talk to daughters is when you're shopping. The best time to talk to your sister is when you're shopping, because I can just see like the hands going through the hangers on the round thing. You can have all kinds of conversations when your hands are looking at, going through the clothes. And that's what she's showing. I really think she's with you when you just go do those little things. So just think of her when you're out shopping, and then have that be a time you enjoy together. She used to take me shopping. There you go.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, well, she just wanted you to remember that and take her now. She took you, you take her now.
Because I feel like saying, hey, let's go shopping. Where should we go shopping? And then see where you're drawn to and watch for the signs that show up along the way.
Yeah, she was 11 years older.
That makes sense then. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And she said it's important to her that the sister was the one there. Yeah, well, the sister was the one there. Love that. All right. Thank you, Isabel. That's beautiful.
That is.
All right. Robin Waters Dykes. And Robin, welcome. Robin would like a message from Kent or another.
Kent or another?
Kent or another.
Oh.
Robin's got a couple over there, apparently.
I'm feeling Kent is kind of a stronger energy, is what it feels like to me. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, I feel it's definitely a strong personality, strong energy. Oh, you are enfolded in my love. Yeah, so what I'm feeling like is I'm seeing almost like an energy, like with arms around you, wanting to take care of you, but not from from a very a loving way. Someone that just loved you so much and wanted you to be taken care of, and still wants to take care of you, and wants you to feel their love, because it is strong, and you can most likely feel it in the physical. You might actually notice that you're feeling something on your shoulder or something on your arm, and that's Kent. I feel like it's that he just had such a strong personality, but his personality is still strong, and he's wanting to let you know that his love is strong, was strong, is strong, still, also.
I think Kent is the kind of spirit that you could continue to be in conversation with and get information from, because for two things. First of all, he showed up in it was kind of an amusing outfit to me. I was like, really? Is that what you're trying to show me? Inspector Clouseau from an old TV show. I'm getting like a old English. They didn't have the FBI in England, but an investigator.
Mhm.
Is that the right word?
I think so.
With this, I wish I could come up with the picture I'm seeing. It's like a rounded hat in front, and like almost like the pipe, and looking very studious. But it was interesting because it was like, this is how I want you to see me. And I'm thinking that there was a piece of Kent that was, this is how I want you to see me. Whether that's really who Kent was or not, this is how I want you to see me.
That's
so
interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. But then what was also interesting was all of a sudden there was this heaviness on my chest. And it was like, okay, I see you, like, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. And so it was like, okay, yes, I see you. And I think he really wants you to see him. He really wants to be present in your life. And I don't know if you're open to that kind of thing. But Robin is saying, yes, he did. So Robin, if you could clarify, yes, he did. What is that referring to? I think he wants to be in contact with you if you are comfortable with that. And if you aren't comfortable with that, then you can just say, no, thanks, this isn't comfortable for me. But he feels like, when I was talking about Ward Barkeefer and his wife, Suzanne, I think she went by both. He was open to her coming. He was open to her messages. And I get the feeling if you are open to Kent's messages, he will be there for you. Robin said he was a simple man, worked in a security position, and she's chuckling. Okay. All right. Well, then you get it. This is Kent. This is Kent coming through for you. He's still very present here in the 3D. The fact that he could impact my chest like that, he's still very present here.
that's the strong personality, but security in the role that she said he played, that sounds like a very quiet, and that's not how he wants to be seen. So that totally makes sense. Yeah.
She said she's very comfortable with him. Diane Beiersdorfer, who has shows here on Enlightened World Network, go into YouTube and put in the search Diana Beiersdorfer. She had a show, I can't remember what it was called, but it was a recurring show, and it's all about her husband, Steve, who she had loved and lost to cancer. Steve is very present in her world now. And you listen to her shows and she'll share with you how she experiences Steve. I think Kent is along those same lines. Kent had a massive heart attack. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss here in the physical. He's definitely still with you. So yeah, check out Diana Beiersdorfer. I think that might be interesting for you to see how she continues that connection with Steve after all this time. Oh, you're friends with Diana? Okay, never mind. You know her story. There you go.
That's funny.
That is funny. Were Kent and Steve friends? I'm just curious, because if that's the case, then he's aware of how he's connecting in with Diana still. Interesting.
It is interesting, and connections from the other side are not any different than connections here. Because as you're talking, it's like you're getting this, oh yeah, check this out, but they already knew each other. So somebody, it doesn't matter whether they're here or there, connections are still there.
Yeah. And she said, yes, they were friends.
So that's, yeah.
Of
course. Oh, funny.
So, oh, no, ma'am. I'm not sure what the no, ma'am is. I got a yes, ... no, ma'am. So now I'm not sure which. So I want to talk for a minute. We've got a couple minutes before we wind up. We have, wow, I've got 4 people in my world right now that are dealing with health issues, that don't know how long they're going to be on the planet. And they all want to stay on the planet. They're not wanting to pass away, but they know that their time, their morbidity is like, oh no, they were not friends. Okay, got it. Their morbidity is just staring them in the face. A couple of them are okay with it, and a couple of them are just like fighting it. I guess I just want to talk about that for just a minute, as far as for our own personal spiritual growth and our own comfort with our own mortality. Any thoughts on that? Because clearly I'm finding that the folks that are more comfortable with their own mortality are spiritual minded. They recognize that there's more to life than just us in the 3D, and that does bring comfort. But any thoughts about that?
I think that when people are faced with, now there's, and I just heard this, so it's not my words. I just heard it on a few days ago, and I don't even remember what it was, but it was an expiration date. So this woman was given 3 months in whatever show it was. So she knew, and she had gone through everything she could. So, and I think when people are faced with that, if there are things in their life that, maybe they've had regrets, or maybe they've, not done things in a regret, I guess, guilt, regrets, if they had a do-over, they would do it differently, kind of thing. And I think the expiration date, or the thought of an expiration date, or the scare of an expiration date can bring on where, okay, now is your chance to get close with God, to get close with Source, to get close with the soul aspect, with the love. Love is the reason that we are here. Now's your chance. You are being given a second chance, or maybe a third chance, because I've heard of people with, it's like, okay, I got this, and now got, licked that, and now I got this. But now is your chance to get right with whatever, however you fill it in. And if you feel, whatever, that's your choice. There are always miracles, but I also want to say part of the miracle might be that person getting okay with where they are going, not getting okay with, a healed physical body, but maybe the healing is that now they are okay, whether they're here or whether they are continuing on their journey. So there's miracles in all of it. There's healing in all of it. But it truly is, you know what? You're given a chance. So it is your choice as to what you're going to do with it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Robin wrote, as the doctor told Kent, you come with a birth certificate, although no expiration tag. Live each day as if it were your last, so you have no regrets for your past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes people too, I'll use my mom as an example. So for those of you that don't know, I'm not going to go into all the details, but she was 32 and she was in a coma, and I think she had brain surgery that, the last couple days before she left. And I always see her when she was not conscious I see her in a rowboat, kind of the Robin Williams kind of movie, where she's in this rowboat and she's debating. And I say debating because she's got 4 young kids, and a husband here, but she also has a child and a father over there. And I think she was in this place of debating, deciding what is right, because I think she truly did have a choice. So even when people are in an unconscious state, they still have a lot going on. And also they hear what's going on. You see these shows where somebody's in a coma and they're saying, yeah, we're counting the minutes. They're, about ready to check out. It's like, stop it. It's like, can you hear that? So be aware of that. But I think that whether they're conscious or not, there's still a lot going on. I think when people are unconscious, when people have Alzheimer's, when people have dementia, I think it is their way of working through those things. You just might not be able to see it, but they know what's going on. And they still hear what's going on.
Yeah. Yes. Good point. Well, and I agree, Robin, live each day so you don't have regrets later. And it's, sometimes that means healing a relationship or stepping out of your comfort zone to right an uncomfortable relationship so you don't have regrets later. Yeah.
Sometimes it's a, prodigal son comes home, and as soon as they do, even though he was the one that left, 20 years ago, as soon as they do, the person passes. But that was the relationship that had to be healed before they were able to go. So yeah, lots going on.
Yeah. So friends, with that, I think, Sue, gosh, we're not coming back on till January.
I know, it is.
Wow.
Yes, it is that time of year. January 9th is our next time together.
Wow, it feels like a lifetime away. Wow, wow,
It
wow.
does. Sort of 2023, what?
I'm going, bring it on, baby. Bring it on. So, all right, friends, thank you so much for being here with us. It was such a pleasure to get to spend some time with each and every one of you and your loved ones that have passed on. So, here from Enlightened World Network, on behalf of Sue and myself, thank you for being here. Take good care. God bless. Enjoy the holidays. We'll see you back here in January.